Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out the Film Geek. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Instead of talking about movies, I'm going to be talking about a TV show. If you watched my channel update video, then you know that I've been thinking about taking on different TV shows. So today I decided to give that a shot, and I'm talking about the 2000s TV show Clerks, the animated series.
What follows is the fabled lost pilot to Clerks. Originally planned to air May 31st, 2000, it was lost on the test audience who hated it and was eventually lost under a pile of unaired Wonderland and Wasteland episodes. Unfortunately, someone found it, and now you're going to have to watch it. Tune in next week for a much better episode. For now, though, courage.
Clerks, the animated series, was released in the summer of 2000 on ABC, and it aired only 2 episodes before it was canceled. There's a lot of things that could have led to the cancellation of this TV show, one of which could have been the fact that it really didn't fit the programming that ABC was trying to do at the time, which was pretty squeaky clean and family friendly. Another factor could have been the fact that ABC showed the episodes out of order. The very first episode that showed on television was actually the 4th episode, and then the second episode that aired the following week was the actual second episode. Now, the problem with that was that the second episode, the running gag is the fact it's a clipped show. So like Dante and Randall get stuck in the freezer and they look back on all the events of the first episode. However, the first episode we saw has nothing to do with the clips that were shown. So people who actually watched this episode on TV obviously had a little level of confusion watching a clip episode with clips they never saw before. Weird thing was, the joke landed on me. I thought that they were doing some kind of goofy meta thing where they were making up clips to an episode that never existed, because the show was kind of one of those shows that were obviously mocking pop culture and television and the movies, and the episode did have this whole, oh no, we're stuck in something. You know what that means? We need to reminisce and show clips of episodes. But it was the second episode, so what clips could they have possibly had? So to be honest, it was kind of funny to me, but I can see where other people could be left very confused. Clerks Uncensored was then released on DVD in 2000, and this was finally the only collection that we had of all 6 episodes. And so that's when we finally learned that these things were all out of order and weird, was when this thing came out. And the reason it's called Clerks Uncensored and not Clerks, the animated series in the DVD box set, is because ABC did edit out one joke that appeared in Clerks. The show did that same thing with a Family Guy where they cut to something else that they might be talking about. Well, in this one, they were talking about a movie that was on the shelf back over at the video store, and instead of it being Schindler's List, it was called Flintstone's List. And ABC was like, no, we're not putting that on TV. All 6 episodes did finally make it to TV, but I'm a little sketchy on the dates. I'm not sure which came first, but Comedy Central showed all 6 episodes, and Cartoon Network during Adult Swim also aired all 6 episodes on Friday nights. So what are all these episodes about? In the first episode, we're introduced to Leonardo. And the best way to put Leonardo is he's the Mr. Burns of this TV series, and he is voiced by none other than Alec Baldwin. Now, Leonardo is not the main villain. He doesn't appear in all of the episodes, but he does appear in as a regular guest star. He is on a lot of the episodes. I want to say he's in 3 or 4 out of the 6. So our second one, the 2 clerks are locked in the freezer and they start to tell stories about the events of the first actual episode. They also throw in the usual pop culture references that most animated series did at this time. In the 3rd episode, the city's caught up in an outbreak that was started by Randall, and Patrick Swayze may or may not own a local pet store. Episode 4, which was actually aired on ABC as episode 2, is about a court case where Jay, Jay and Silent Bob, Jay is suing the clerks because he slipped and fell inside the convenience store and he feels like the clerks owe him $10 million. Episode 5 is my favorite episode out of all 6. In this episode, they end up spoofing 3 different movies that are pretty different. You have The Last Starfighter, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and The Bad News Bears. Now, episode 6, the very final and last ever episode of Clerks the Animated Series, the clerks are called out for becoming sellouts by doing this goofy-ass animated show. So the 2 of them decide that they're going to go play it straight like they used to in the old movie, where they just make pop culture reference jokes and sit around kind of just being slobs. Meanwhile, across the street, there's a big carnival that opens up that just is full of the shenanigans that would be found in the animated series. Jay and Silent Bob keep popping into the convenience store, trying to get the clerks to come over to the carnival and enjoy in the animated series shenanigans, yet the two decide to hold it strong and stay inside the store. So my feelings on this show are very simple. I think that it was cut way too soon. After watching the 5th episode on the DVD, I really feel like that's when the show was starting to get its stride. This show should never have been on ABC. I don't know what that channel was thinking when they decided to make this TV show. It was never meant for ABC. This show would have worked great if they would have waited just a little bit longer and put it on Adult Swim. Adult Swim didn't start until 2001, but God, if they would have just waited, I really feel like this show would have had a much bigger audience. The jokes are a little bit dated, but like I said, it makes jokes about pop culture and things at the time that this thing came out. So, of course, it's dated. It's 20 years old. This show is also really well animated, and it really should be, considering the character designs were done by Steven Silver. Some of you animation fans might know him as the creator of Kim Possible and Danny Phantom. Sadly, I searched all over the place and I could not find this video streaming on anything. So as of right now, this DVD box set is all we have of this show, period. Who knows, guys? Maybe with all these new streaming services popping up, ABC or somebody might throw this back out there, and who knows, maybe we'll see a rebirth. I mean, I really doubt it, but who knows? I mean, they brought back Full House. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like my videos so I know you like what you're seeing, and ring that bell for notifications so you know when I put another one of these videos up. And of course, another thing you can do is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.